It was next to my house.
All right, and we are back with that great whisper of Paige saying it was at my house.
Why do I always have like the terrible quotes that start
Because you
every
have
time?
I usually
You
edit
have
them
the
out.
most
You don't have to
quotable
worry about them.
person.
Last game it
So
was sacrifice a lemon.
we are back.
Sacrificing a lemon is a
We've
great
done a
idea.
bunch of talking, and now we got to pick a direction. Where are we going? We're going to Sparrow's
I'm
Crest.
buying things.
We're going to the chest. The chest. We're going to the church.
Can I
we
buy
going-
stuff?
Yep. I think we need to go to Sparrow's Crest and talk to Siegfried. What do you think,
Fine.
Gander?
Some of
Or
us
Reese?
at least should do that.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh, you want to split the party?
Could. Well, I mean,
don't
maybe
wanna
not.
go.
I don't know.
Like, Paige the player is okay with going. Orethi the character is really sick of this shit and wants to go on to her island where people think she's a god.
so
In the mood, honestly, out of
but
character.
as a player, I'm happy to go along with whatever and can justify it in character, so it's fine.
Orethi has like an Animal Crossing island.
Don't worry about it. You'll see it later.
Okay.
Jason,
That's
can I
one way
just
to
buy
look
some
at it.
manacles with my gold?
Yep.
Like, is a mundane item okay?
Yeah, Monday nights. I don't worry about.
All right, cool. I'm gonna buy 4 manacles. They are 2 gold each.
okay.
All right, so you guys are teleporting to Sparrow's Crest, or are you walking?
You can
Should
teleport to
definitely
Sparrow's Crest.
Teleport.
Yeah, there's
yeah.
a waypoint.
Yeah, teleport is probably the best option.
What away?
A waypoint is
Okay,
basically just
sure.
like you can teleport from home to that place. Basically,
This
they
is
had
the
to,
only
they had
one
to
we have.
find it. Like they found the waypoint, and now they can go back and forth easily.
So is it like in Harry Potter when the port key thing?
Blue.
It's
the-
more like a
oh.
vanishing
like-
cabinet.
It's like in Diablo, how Diablo works.
Like a door. You open the door, and on the other side is a totally different place.
It's not a
Okay.
closet. It's not a closet.
Not a closet. Okay. All right.
All right.
So yeah, we're
you
gonna
arrive
teleport.
in snowy Sparrow's Crest.
Great. I'm gonna write down my manacles.
That's probably smart.
It's the weirdest item I have bought so far, except for the lemons.
All right.
Shall we go talk to Siegfried?
So you all
Yeah.
go to this house here, where Siegfried lives. He opens the door as you knock, and he sees that it's like adventurers. Excitedly, sort of looks around for Coil, and then they're like, "How can I help you?"
He got the B team.
Yeah.
Can I roll persuasion?
Yeah. What are you gonna try and persuade him?
To be on our side and help us?
Yeah, I mean, you can roll, and basically you can use the roll to determine how you role play with him.
Okay.
Can I not be with the party?
Oh, yes. So that means that whenever you role play, you have to remember that you rolled a 1. So whenever you're trying to convince him of something, you're doing it very badly. Yeah, you cannot be with the party if you want, Arethi.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I want to do some detecting of magic, and I want to hang out with my little altar. But you can get to me whenever there's time.
Okay, why don't we do you first, since you're just a one person.
Okay, I'll be really fast. I want to detect magic on my makeshift altar.
There is no magic there.
Okay. Good note. And then, if people will let me, I want to go to the church area, and I want to detect magic just in the vicinity of the church, like outside, whatever. No. Basically, I want to spend my time wandering, detecting magic, and if anybody tells me off for doing it, I will handle it as best I can.
All right, so
with
you
my
like
bird charisma.
go back over to the church.
Yeah, like I just kind of want to. I like don't want to be with the party. Like I'm just gonna like be outside, be detecting magic, be looking around.
All right, I'm gonna zoom over to the church here. 1 second. It's probably complete darkness for you all, yeah?
Yeah.
It's for me.
Okay.
Broke it.
So only Arethi is gonna see this stuff because dynamic
Okay.
lighting. We did upgrades.
Oh, I'm scared. If I'm seeing something, This is going to be bad, isn't it?
Maybe. I don't know.
Everything in this game usually hurts us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I love
Actually,
it.
I'm really not.
You're not sorry.
All right.
Okay, I see a sliver of something. Let me
You should
zoom
be
out
able to
more.
see basically the whole thing. Like you can see like your current corner of the church.
I see. Yeah, I see only outside.
Yep. You should
see the
see
corner
on the
outside.
outside. Yep, that's correct.
Great. I guess I'm just gonna.
It's in
So
the-
it's a 30-foot radius. It lasts 10 minutes. I can do it at will with no expenditure, and it takes 1 action to cast. So as long as nobody minds me periodically chanting once every 10 minutes and like waving my bird arms around, I'm just gonna like walk the perimeter of the
Yeah. So
church and look
you
around.
can move your character around the perimeter, and the lighting will update when you drop it. Your
Oh, it's so weird.
it is a little bit weird, but feel free to let me know if you don't like it.
No, it's fine. It's cool. I'm just like, ooh,
Um,
what's this? Is this a
Because
wall?
we're just starting it. So basically, you know that like your detect magic can pass through small walls or whatever,
Mhm.
but your detect magic is not piercing these walls
Okay, so it's definitely more than a foot of stone.
or something else.
Is the building itself magic in any way? Like, is the stone magic or something?
You think there is some kind of magic effect that is stopping you, but it's hard to tell. Like it's like there is some sort of magical effect stopping you from piercing the church.
Is the church where they are, or does Sigrid live somewhere else?
This is like really far away.
Okay, well, I'm gonna knock, I guess. If I can go in, I will.
Yep, you can go in. All right, so here is one. I'm gonna pick you up and move you.
Okay.
But when you open the door, the light
Ooh, it's
does
really
not
weird and
spill
dark.
into the church. Like you can
Cool.
see into the church because like you have dark vision,
Yes,
but
I have better than dark vision.
yeah, exactly. But like the
better than
light
dark
from
vision.
outside, the door is open, does not spill into the church.
Okay, can I detect magic again?
Yep. So this whole place has sort of like a hovering magical thing. It's basically like
Abjuration?
divine magic sort of everywhere in here. These statues here aren't just like statues of armor. They're statues of deities, like 4 different ones. And they seem to be what is producing this sort of like general magic.
Okay. Orethe, I think we'll spend the however long she thinks the party is going to be with Siegfried. She'll spend like that amount of time taking notes on what the statues look like and like studying them with like arcana or history or religion or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be able to do much because like you like they all teleported. You flew like a day's travel or whatever, and then
Oh,
you're
I
coming
couldn't just
back.
teleport and then go into this building, or
No, this church is like so. Let me show you the map. So this is where.
I'm not on that page.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
So this is Sparrow's Crest. This is the church.
I
Oh,
can't see where you're pinging.
did you mean the church in Sparrow's Crest? I thought you meant
Yes.
this church.
No, I meant the one in Sparrow's Crest, but I guess I am where I am.
I'm just plugging in my computer.
Oh, well,
I
I
don't
messed
even
up.
know what church this is.
This is the church that's over here in this area.
What church?
That was
I don't-
built
Oh,
atop-
that church.
That was built atop the celestial, like the place where the celestials landed.
Oh, that is very definitely not what I was intending to do.
Whoops. Okay, give me 1 second.
I feel really bad now because that was super not my plan. Like I wanted to go to the like Silver Flame Church, and I did not realize the Celestial Church was important because
bad.
I have never been there. I don't know
My
anything
bad.
about it.
All right. So
Had this really weird dream.
Yeah.
Right.
This
That's
church.
weird.
All right. So yeah, the church here is not magical. There's nothing other than the mundane here.
Okay. Forgetting everything I just heard.
Oh well. All right. Cool.
All right, I'm just gonna hang out there. I'm not gonna learn anything, but I'm gonna chill. Like Aretha just does not want to be around them.
Cool. All right. So Ander, Sage, Namfoodle. This
Yes.
Siegfried opens the door, looks around for Coil, doesn't see Coil, is a little bit disappointed, but he says, adventurers, how can I help you?
So basically, if I try to persuade him, it's going to go terribly, right? Is what you said?
No. So that's the funny part. It's not if you try to persuade him, it will go terribly. When you try to persuade him, it will go terribly.
Okay. Perfect. Great. Okay. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. Would you like to come in?
Yes, we would. We
He
would like to
invites you
speak
all
with
in.
you. So how's things?
Good. I don't recognize you, and he looks
We
at.
need this. This is Namfoodle. Say hello.
Hello.
Okay. We need your flame.
I'm sorry.
We need your flame. We need your flame, please.
He looks at Ander like he's looking at a translator. Like
I believe what Sage is trying to convey is we had some questions about the Silver Flame and the protection it offers your people if you would be willing to speak with us.
certainly, the Silver Frame is a great and powerful deity that I worship and the town worship in order to keep us safe.
We were wondering more specifically about the nature of this fog that protects the town, and if there's any way that more of it could be created or perhaps even transported.
He says, "Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, we might be able to create a bigger, like more fog if more people would, participate in the ritual. But I don't think it could be moved or anything like that. I mean, I suppose I really just ask for protection where I am doing the ritual. So if I were to move, it would go. But why would we do that? We're safe here."
No, of course. We were asking, I suppose, more academically than anything else. We were looking into ways that we might gain an advantage over the ghouls beneath your city. And if they are truly repelled by what this fog is, we were hoping that if it could be moved, that we might be able to take some portion of it with us. But that does not seem to be possible by your assessment, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
I see. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to speak with us, if nothing else. We're just trying to figure out how best to marshal our forces together, deal with this, both of us, and it seems a much greater deal of the world than we could have possibly imagined.
You were about to say something, Namfoodle?
Yeah. What if the if we were to bring some worshippers of the flame to Thal, or maybe convert some people interested in finding new religious beliefs to
I
the flame?
suggested that last time.
He says.
Nobody seemed to go for it.
He says, "Well, I mean, we're always welcome to new people, certainly, but leaving here would be leaving the safety. Like traveling to Gathol would be dangerous for my people, and I don't want to risk that. The fog would not travel with us; it would stay here till we did the ritual again.
The last thing we want to do is endanger you or your people."
I thought you said if you moved, the fog might follow you.
Well, I'd have to do the ritual again. It wouldn't follow me actively if I, went somewhere else.
It
and
would
did the
follow you
ritual
over
there.
the course of the ritual?
It is a long and slow ritual. It's not
How
simple
long
facts.
and slow?
It took like the whole day, like when you guys watched it. Like it took a long time.
So,
So
does it kill the
it
ghouls?
was
Like, is that why they won't come up?
No monsters have ever come through the fog. That's all I know. What it does to them, I'm not sure.
Huh.
We are at that point asking what the will of the divine is, and there are certain things that mere men and women are not meant to know, unfortunately. Much as it may aid us right now to understand.
Hmm.
So, like, you can do this ritual and it'll follow you, and the fog will come up where you are when the ritual's finished.
Yes. If I were to move to your Gathol and do it there, the fog would be there, but I'd still have to get there.
does the fog dissipate after a time?
It would go away here. Yes. And if we
Oh.
don't do the ritual every couple of weeks, it gets thinner. I've never tested its boundaries.
Do you have to be in one place the entire time you are doing this ritual?
I've never really tried it otherwise.
What are you thinking?
My apologies, Siegfried. May I have a moment with Ander and Amfoodle, please?
That seems rude.
I apologize.
Remember, you got a 1, so it's hard to convince him of things.
Okay, well, I sure. Well, I'm wondering if we're trying to get the flame to the ghouls. We don't think we're going to be able to get the ghouls to come up, so we kind of want to bring the mist flame, whatever, to them. So I don't know if you could maybe stand at like the entrance of their little tunnel and start the ritual and then finish it as you're walking towards them and have the mist come and maybe it'll kill them.
I mean, but that would, if we moved if it was too low, then it would put the town at risk.
Is it protect against more than just the ghouls?
Yes, no monster has ever come in here.
Oh, I meant that literally. Thought you were referring to the ghouls.
No,
Are there a lot of monsters that want to get in?
when
I mean,
we
you've
first
seen the
found,
outside world.
when we first found this place, we encountered some other manner of undead that certainly wasn't a ghoul, but definitely stayed among the outskirts of the mist.
What sort of being was that?
I'm admittedly not enough of a scholar to really know. I can say it was different. I can say it was undead. Unfortunately, that's the extent of my knowledge.
Different in what way?
It wasn't so much rotted skin. It was almost like it had a body composed of foul, sickly bandages and wrapping.
Could I make a lore? Like, could I make like a lore
Yeah,
roll of
you could
this
do
kind?
Arcana or History. You think it's like a mummy?
Okay. Maybe a mummy.
Possibly. You may have more knowledge on the subject than I would.
So,
In any event, it's important that the flame does its job here.
I agree with that.
well, I have another idea. Siegfried, so I'm supposed to bring 5 people to Zika. Have you heard of him? He's the warlord that's living below your city, the ghoul warlord. And he asked me to sacrifice people, and I initially told him no, because I wasn't really cool with that. Now he's trying
Initially?
to kill. Yeah,
Keep going.
I told him no, that I didn't want to bring people to him, and he tracked us down, and now he's trying to kill us. And he said he's threatened our town. So we decided that the best thing to do was to kill Zika, because he was very specific in his words, and that I had to bring them to him, like forever. But if he doesn't exist anymore, then that forever is over. Now, what we're thinking is, I know you guys have a problem with cultists. He literally didn't give any qualifications of the people I bring. He just said, I don't care. So we're thinking of helping you out and killing some cultists, and maybe bringing them 5 cultists
So
for.
when you said initially,
Uh,
you sort of glazed over the second part where you said you then agreed to sacrifice after. Is that what you're saying?
What if the
Well, no-
ritual creates more ghouls?
My ritual is a protection ritual.
Oh, not yours. Because
I don't know.
have a
Well-
sacrifice.
Well, anyway, we are not going to sacrifice our people to protect your town.
What if they're cultists?
I mean, if you find cultists, you could do whatever you'd like with them. But
If
we
we
haven't
found
seen any
cultists-
cultists in a little while.
If we find them and by another week, would you be willing to help us figure out how to kill Zika?
He sort of like looks around and he's like, I don't know how I could possibly help you do that.
We're thinking the mist has something to do with it.
I won't put my people at risk.
And we wouldn't ask you to.
His
I-
eyes sort of just slowly go over to Sage when you say that.
I
Only some of us would ask you to. I'm not there. so.
Siegfried, I assure you, nothing we do will intentionally put you or yours in any semblance of danger. We have no intention of complying with this Sika's demands, not with your people, not with ours, or not with any other.
For the record, I did not comply the first time around, so
Yeah, you keep qualifying that. I think this meeting is over.
okay.
Yes, perhaps we have overstayed our welcome. Let's see ourselves, shall we?
Bye.
All right. So y'all leave, meet up with Arethi.
I've been like praying when I finished what I was doing. Not to any like effect, just like that's what I'm doing.
I think that went well.
I personally disagree, but we learned something, and I'll count that as
We're
a
not.
positive.
You gotta look on the bright side. We're not dead.
Yes. Sage, with all due
Yes.
respect,
Uh-huh.
because I have nothing but that for you,
Oh, thank
uh,
you.
perhaps when conversing with people in the future, some level of discretion is the better part of valor.
Listen, I usually have a lot of discretion, but I gotta admit, like, I'm a little shook up. I haven't had really many people after me like this
No,
in the past.
I
Usually,
understand. It's just
usually stay in the shadows.
I understand. It's just Siegfried clearly was unnerved under the assumption, wrong one, granted, but the assumption that we were about to risk his own people to save our own.
I never said that.
No,
Excuse. No.
but
I
it is hard to walk away without.
Audio doing weird stuff for anybody else?
For
The
me.
audio being weird for anybody else?
uh-uh.
Okay. With my internet connection, be fine.
All right. Conversation had.
But
So are we reconvening?
Yeah, you're all reconvening now. Yep.
So is he gonna let us move the flame?
It doesn't
I
seem
don't-
Probably
like
not,
it's
no.
really
No.
possible, unfortunately. Which I was asking a bit much at the end of the day. We were asking him to appeal to the will of the divine, which we certainly have no dictation over how the gods govern themselves. And it's certainly not our place to question what gifts they give us.
Right. Maybe
So-
it's time to commune with our respective deities?
And ask for guidance. It might not be unwise.
I mean,
Perhaps
it worked for the people of Paimon, right?
it clearly Paimon has seen fit to grant the people of Gathol some wisdom and some guidance in these harsh times. Perhaps the likes of Shad and Mistra may be able to offer us some of their own guidance should they be willing.
Yeah. And as well, I mean, Sage, you're a silver flame worshiper and you saw the ritual. Can you do it? Like, can you just do the thing with the art?
So
I don't question Sage's knowledge. Possibly, if she's not properly anointed, it might be seen as blasphemy, I would imagine.
I wouldn't know. These are not my
here's
usual
the
area.
thing.
Uh-huh.
First of all, I like both of you very much, right? And you like me, right? And you respect me, right?
Yes, nothing but respect for you.
Great. Okay. Well, I am a rogue, and sometimes rogues need to stretch the truth a tiny bit in order to get what they want and get the answers that they want.
All gonna die, aren't we? This is what we're going to die.
I may have stretched the truth a tiny bit when it came to my involvement in the Silver Flame. And I feel because we've closer over these past several days, weeks, whatever, that I should come clean to you. It was just a tiny stretching of the truth. Little.
Great. Cool. Cool,
Well.
cool. No doubt.
I can't say I'm necessarily pleased to hear that, and yet I don't hold any kind of ill will towards you, Sage. Far from. I would just prefer to know that if you plan to fabricate stories, I would prefer to know at some point they are fabrications, even if it is after them.
So you're okay with me stretching the truth, but you just want to know about it.
Yes, we all do what we have to survive, and I'm not going to besmirch you for doing what's effective. I would just, like I said, prefer to know about it so I'm not misrepresenting your character.
Deal.
Just to fill in Peter out of character, when they first met up, Sage rolled a natural 20 to convince them that they were a devout worshiper of this god. And since it was a natural 20, they convinced everyone so well and then they've just been keeping it up. So we'll just go back in. Yeah. So what are y'all going to do?
Well,
How
if
are the
nothing
ghouls getting
else-
out of these tunnels? The mist is above ground and they can't go through the mist. How are
I-
they coming out?
I had assumed that the tunnels went far enough laterally that they eventually went outside the border of the mist. But we haven't really explored. Sage is the only one who's been down inside the tunnels.
It's true.
If we set traps at the entrances,
If we can find them.
it'll buy us some time.
I don't have any traps. I have handcuffs. I have lots of handcuffs now. Don't make anything of these handcuffs.
How many handcuffs do you have?
4.
4.
Yeah.
Is it possible to handcuff Zika and force him up ourselves? if some of us take, like, I don't know, I know we can't kill the ghouls, but like, what if some of us held them back somehow while others handcuffed Zika and dragged him up?
He certainly wouldn't be willing by any stretch. So it would either take an incredible level of stealth or pure strength to be able to do it. But
Orcs are strong.
it's certainly not the worst plan. In terms of the orcs, you all spoke with them, I didn't. You might, if you could convince any of them to join our cause, and you honestly think they might be able to, I
mean,
trust your judgment on it. I can't offer one way or the other.
I mean,
We have to offer them that we haven't already given them.
right. I mean, I think if we're talking people or species that are strong enough to Zika up, I think it's going to be the orc.
Perhaps speaking with them might not be the worst idea, but I leave that judgment up to all.
What do you think, Arethi?
I mean, if you could maybe pay one of them to join a, strike force, maybe it would help, but they already seem reluctant to fight with us. If you have some kind of concrete battle plan for how we will attempt to use them, maybe, but I can only hold people in place so much. My arms of Hadar are only so strong.
We're allowed to bring down, there can be a total of 6 people going down. Me and the 5 sacrifices.
I thought it was 4. Is it 5? Is this another stretching of the truth? Is it 4 or 5? I'm very confused.
The old Wookiee prisoner trick.
Well, according to Zika, the new number is 5.
God,
you guys had actually agreed on 4. You
did we? Okay.
like.
I thought it was 5.
No,
sorry.
he said 5 originally, but you convinced him.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So 4. My apologies.
So we can have 5 people.
So 5 people that would go down there. There are 5 ghouls down there that I saw.
Oh, that you saw? It was 4.
How formidable are these ghouls?
One of them almost completely destroyed Sage recently. That was fun.
Yeah.
In fairness, that thing was a gargantuan of a monster. I can't imagine
like that?
That would be in the tunnels beneath.
I mean, is it possible for us to just gather a whole bunch of people and force our way in?
Right.
I think the more...
But the tunnels would be like a bottleneck.
Like,
yeah.
All right, DM, is that a thing we can do? Like, can we go to Gathol and like persuade people and pay people or whatever? Or is that like not part of the narrative you want to have?
I mean, like, I don't really want there to be more than like 4 PCs. Like, you might be able to have a couple NPCs or something to fight with you or something, but like,
okay,
you wouldn't feasibly be able to get like the whole 100 people from Gathol to come here. Like, it's not going to happen.
Especially because there's like, oh, just go into these caves. We have these undead monsters that can easily kill people. Yeah. Line up in a row. How wide are these
They're just like
character.
They're just
how wide are these tunnels?
They're 2 people big, basically. You can fit like 2 by 2.
Also, I don't know if like our NPCs are roughly like our equivalent. Like they're not more powerful than us or anything, right?
Most of them are just commoners. Like there's like a handful of people that are level 1s and stuff, but.
Yeah, so I don't know, aside from just like, grabbing someone and risking it for the biscuit, like out of character, I don't really know if there's a method to proceeding. So at least in terms of like going into the tunnels, like I feel like this has a low likelihood of being successful. And I worry about like having a level 1 character with us just because like, even though druids are tanky, like it's kind of a rough break for them.
I mean, I know I mentioned this before, but what about trying to convince them to worship a different deity, a better one, a nicer one?
I don't know. That would depend on how they work.
I was gonna say, what if we convince them to worship the silver flame? But then it occurred to me that might make them immune to the
You
mists.
probably won't.
I
Probably
mean, if
not
we
enough.
want to just grab a fighter from Gathol, like we
Yeah.
have somebody back there, and then we can just go for it. I just don't think we're gonna win. I think we're gonna get TPK'd.
You can if you'd like. It's up to you. So the people that you know are in Gathol. So there's another rogue called Saint Koiden, who's the daughter of the head smith. She's level 2, but you might need to convince her to come. There might be a little bit of a hard time there. You could get there's a cleric of Morden called Jadmak who's level 1, and he would come. Then you could try convincing the Celestials. Like they're probably the most powerful people in Gathol, but like you have no idea.
Or Celestials in Gathol?
Yeah.
They crash landed and then came back to the city, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
That was
you-
mostly
thought they-
Coil's thing.
I
Yeah.
thought they just sort of disappeared. Okay.
No,
Oh,
they're
that's a
still
thing.
living there. They're still living there. But like they're the most powerful. You have no idea if you could convince them. I'm just listing off people that like you know are in Gathol. There's like a level 1 druid in there. There's a level 1 fighter. There's just a couple fighters and stuff. Other than that, it's not really.
I think the Celestials are going to be our best chance. They're the most powerful.
How powerful
I
are they?
mean, if
Could we
they're
just get one
Celestial-
Celestial to walk into these tunnels, kill all the ghouls, and call it a day?
You have no
No.
idea. They're sort of an unknown force right now.
I
If-
can try to persuade them.
If they fell from the heavens themselves, who knows how much power they have here?
Well, if they're in Gathol, which I think they are,
Mhm.
because I think that's where Coil had them.
Yep.
We might as well just go back to Gathol, and if we can't get the Celestials to help, then we can try to get one of our, fellow citizens to team up with us, and then go from there. They're both in one spot. We might as well just go there and see who we can convince.
That's fair. And at least for what it's worth, it might, at the very least, might be worth Aretha, you and I going to the church that was founded where they all crashed. If we're going to receive any kind of divine guidance or aid for this, that seems like the place we would get it.
Yeah, although I think since Shax is a vestige, I don't know if they'll have a presence there, but we can see. We might as well try. And if
It-
not, I'll make my own tiny altar somewhere and just DIY god things.
All right, so we're gonna teleport and travel to the church.
I guess
Can do that?
Should we teleport back
Well,
to
you teleport to
Gathol?
Gathol and then travel to the church. It's like
Yeah.
it's about a day.
Is
So-
it faster to just go straight to the church? Oh, well, obviously not, or you wouldn't have suggested
Yeah,
it.
no.
Right.
It's like about a day and changes, like a day and like an hour or so travel to
So
the
is
church.
it like, could we do a thing where we I guess we might have to just split the party and have Sage and Nemfoodle do stuff in Gathol and have Andrew and Arethi do things in the church? Because I in character have a day and a half or
Sure.
3 days. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
we have
asking you how
about
much
2
time
or
has
3
passed.
days. Yeah, you'll have
Okay.
plenty of time.
I was going to say,
Okay.
could get to the church and back. We'd be cutting it close time-wise on, that week deadline that Sage was
Yeah,
given, but
that's
we
fine,
could
though.
make it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
In character question.
Yeah.
To everybody. Are the ghouls doing something in the forest? Is that thing I heard earlier?
They've been spreading out their forces, presumably on Zika's command, to try and find Gathol, and unfortunately they're getting uncomfortably close.
We think
Yeah.
they're looking for Gathol in the forest? Because they have to be doing something in
Yeah,
the forest.
They're looking for Gathol. That you know. They've said that. All right, so
Can we convince them that Gathol is in the forest? Oh no, that would take a lot of illusion.
Ander and Arethi at the church, and then we'll do Sage and Namfoodle at Gathol, right? Was that the teams, or did I mess up?
Yeah. No, yes, that is the teams.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, those
All
are
right.
teams.
So
Yeah.
one thing I do want you guys to know, since you can kind of see it, probably Arethi's like flying over or something like that. But
If it's the forest, I don't know if I can fly. You tell me. But
yeah, so it's on the edge, so you can kind of fly over here. Like you guys can
Sure.
take this over here. This house, Ander, you remember you went there on the first day?
Yeah.
There's like smoke coming out of it, like someone is living there now. Just as an FYI.
We don't have time to investigate now, unfortunately.
Just letting you know.
No, it's worth noting.
All right, cool. So you all are at the church. So you have already explored around it, and I'm going to move you all into the inside.
Okay.
yeah, honestly, everything I did when I was here by accident, I'm just gonna do that exact thing again.
Yeah, yeah. Ander probably can't see much at all in there.
No, I can basically see nothing.
Yeah.
Do you want to turn on a? Do you want me to light something? I have a lantern.
I mean, I'm just gonna like cast light on the ring where
All right. So what I have made for light is this little symbol here. I'll show it to you. So this thing should produce some light, and you should be able to control it as well. So that is your light spell.
Oh, neat. That is useful. Thank you, sir.
Hey,
All right, so you go
Bird.
around and you start. You kind of, like I described, there are these 4 pillars, 4 altars, stuff like that.
door. Am I standing in a door?
Yep, you're in a
Okay.
different room now. Yep.
Sorry, the light makes it weird.
Sorry.
No, it's not. No, I mean the dynamic lighting.
Am I
Ah.
supposed to only be seeing black?
Yeah, you two can't. You're not
Oh,
there,
okay.
so you can't see anything.
Okay.
Can I make a religion check to try and identify who these statues are depicting?
You sure can. Go ahead and make a religion
Can I-
check. Also,
Can I give him aid?
yes. So you can make it with advantage. Or actually, no. We're gonna do the thing where you both roll. So Aretha roll and Ander roll, both of you separate.
Sounds
Cool.
good.
And I just want everyone to point out that I randomly rolled what gods are in here, just so you know.
Cool.
Arethi,
I have not one. I have no idea. Gods are not my area.
Arethi, even though you roll a 1, you would still know this just because out of knowledge.
Oh, okay.
But this one here is an idol to Shax.
Yo, my boy.
It was random. It was random out of the 50 gods that I have.
Neat.
I have lost control of my character. There we go. I
You're
fixed it.
gone now.
All right. So Ander, you rolled a 17. Pick
Yeah.
2 of the other gods that you will be able to identify.
Who's this boy right over here?
That boy is Gromish, god of orcs and other monsters of that nature.
Okay.
Greenskins.
Okay. He doesn't seem like he'd help us out right now.
Oh,
You know
Thought
what?
on
Let's
that.
let's find out who this boy is.
That god is Nurel, god of death, darkness, murder, and the underworld.
Oh. The god of monsters and the god of the underworld don't seem like they would be necessarily very helpful.
And they all also have like an offering in front of them. So this one has like some bowls with stuff in it. This one has like a pot. This one has a barrel, and this one has a box. Like it's obviously set out in front of them to put stuff in.
What kind of stuff is in the little bowls?
This one is in the little bowls. It's just like seawater. This one is it looks like just like some like a hand, like, but they're just bones. This one over here is nothing. And this one, the one with the orc, it's just like it's like a small little like gem, like a rock, like a gemstone.
Okay. So mine is just seawater.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna spend time praying. because like plan for proceeding is to go get seawater and bring it to this statue, because I don't currently have seawater. All I have is like,
that would be a far trip.
yep, it's a long-term plan.
Okay.
But if that's what you're supposed to give to the god, that's what you're supposed to give to the god. So
You don't know. That's just what's in there right now. So
I mean, I can put lemons and gold next to it just in case.
decisions are your own.
All right, I'll put a lemon and a gold.
Okay.
I do not have a lemon. I will also throw in a gold and ask Aretha how I should pray Shax.
Okay. When you put the lemon and the gold in the bowls, Shax actually reaches out to you telepathically and says,
Both of us or just me?
both of you.
Cool.
And
Go team.
says, this church is where we are allowed to compete for your favor. Openly, honestly. Everywhere else will take us energy. If you please me here, I can reward you.
Would you like us to show support for you?
Nothing. No response.
Mm. She like looks at Andrew like, you got any ideas? I have only lemons and gold.
Great and powerful Shax. My service is
We're gonna
devoted
say
to-
second favorite.
Yeah, no, my service is devoted to another. But Arethi, I, and many others are in a time of need. And we humbly ask you for your guidance and your aid, should you be willing to offer it to us mere mortals in exchange for service.
No response.
Ander at that point is gonna stand.
Trying to figure out what I should do. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fair. I do not believe that Shax personally will look kindly upon me, given my devotion to another. But
I
your
mean-
devotion is strong and true, and I trust that you will be able to ask for Shaq's aid when we need it. I am going to continue and see if I can find.
Ander, give me a. You think that it needs to, like, you need to pay first?
No, that's fair.
Wait,
I
pay
do
first.
not know.
Like the way she said it is like, you can't just say like, I will do something for you if you give me blessing. It's like you have to do something for the blessing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do not know how best to serve Shaq. Unfortunately, I don't know as much as you do. I trust that your more true devotion to Shaq's than mine will find a way to appease them. I'm going to continue and see if I can find idolatry to Mistra here and ask for guidance from her.
Aretha like nods. And then she's gonna like start praying and get visibly like more frustrated as she goes, because she's trying her best but not really doing anything. So she will say basically, I weep in frustration as I sit here attempting to figure out how to please you, as it is your guidance that I crave more than any other, and it is your divinity that I know to be more true than any other. and it is your power that I saw first and that I feel the most connection to, and I wish to be deserving of your favor. And I wish to show you what I can do for you. But I lack the language to communicate my ardent affection and my fervor. And she starts crying. She's like, I cannot give you the sea. I can only give you the salt of my tears. I will do whatever I can to help you and your people above all. I only wish that I knew the way forward. And then she'll kind of do the like bow from when she was taught how to do the like offering and then be like, I don't know what to do.
All right. So
That's all I got.
your tears fall into the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And you like it feels like it just drains everything out of you. You're gonna get 3 levels of exhaustion.
Okay. I think that kills you.
No, it doesn't. 6.
No,
Oh,
6
okay.
levels kill you.
Oh.
You have
right.
you have half speed, disadvantage on ability checks, and disadvantage on attack and saving throws. So you're just super lethargic. Basically, like when she takes your tears, she just takes your energy.
So cool. That's so cool. It's not what I need right now, but it's so cool.
Listen, gods don't always give you what you need.
Nah, bro, it's great. This is 10 out of 10.
Now, you when you do that, the other 3 statues disappear.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry.
Then you like the water in the bowls sort of like just like sort of disperse and like sort of become like sort of this particle effect. And then you both see like Ander comes back in the room like after like leaving and like looking around, and you see sort of this visage of Shax sort of like reflected in the light of these water molecules, right? And she says, pick one. Weapon, a moment, or protection for the gods you have not shown favor. She like sort of opens the room, pointing at the other places that are now empty. And she welcomes you both into this decision. She sort of like is like, you can tell her attention goes between you two.
What do you think?
I think my devotion is to Mistra, praise be her name. I can't make this decision, Arethe. You have to. I trust you will decide whichever you most. And I will support whatever you choose.
Shax came to me in a moment of clarity when I reached out to protect another. I think it's only fitting that now I should choose a moment and see what comes of it. Let it be a miracle, hopefully. If not, it'll certainly be some kind of change.
Okay. She nods and bows and then sort of just fades away, and the statue also disappears.
I'm gonna like bow back, I guess, like bird bow.
All right, 1 second. I am updating the once per game sheet.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. You did it.
I did something.
You definitely did something.
All right. You all get a once per game. You may pray to Shax and get second wind.
Neat.
Awesome.
All right. Cool. So we cut back to the other two. What are you both doing? You're going to talk to the Celestials or try and find someone to recruit?
Yeah, I think we should go talk to the Celestials.
All right. So the one downside about the Celestials is they only speak Celestial. They don't speak a common tongue. So.
Can they read a common tongue?
Nope.
So, we would need to find somebody that speaks Celestial. Okay. Can I go talk to is it Keen is his name?
Yeah. So as you guys sort of progress, you could the cleric of Moradin speaks Celestial, but you'll have to pay him. You'll have to pay him 2 gold for translation services.
I'll do that.
Okay. All right.
2
so
gold.
one of them works. One of them will speak to you. This is a woman, and she's like, she's not wearing her armor. She's wearing sort of basic robes now, but you can see all over her hands and her arms and her legs, like she's battle worn. Like she's like very, very battle worn. And she comes out and says, "What can I do for you?"
Can I roll persuasion?
Yep. Okay.
My name is Sage. I am from Gathol. This is, what's the translator's name?
Jadmak.
This is Jadmak. I apologize. I do not speak Celestial, so they're going to be translating for me. And they kind of like wait for that to be translated.
She says, "Hello. Why are you here?"
Well, we have been informed that you may be able to help us. Me and my friends are in danger, and we fear that Gathol may be in danger. And we're trying to find somebody that, you know, we feel is strong enough to be able to help us. And we were told that you're very worthy and you're possibly very powerful as well.
She sort of looks down and she says, "I would love to help, as you have all helped us. I'm afraid my connection to the divine is gone. I can still fight, but what you ask me to do is fight in another war that I was not born into, and that all I have ever known is war. So I will fight, but you will take me back into it." And then she doesn't understand personal space, so she gets right up and like she like holds your hand while she says this. And she's
Yay!
like, she locks eyes with you and she's like, "Do you want me to, a refugee from a war in heaven, fight again?"
Sage is very much like, I don't know. Well, when you say your connection to the heavens is gone, what does that mean exactly?
Jadmak tries to like she says a bunch of words and Jadmak, like you can tell he's like, she says that like I pray to Moradin and he gives me his gifts. She prays to someone else and she no longer has those gifts. I like he under his breath, kind of like, because he knows that she can't hear him or understand him. He says like, I think they betrayed their god. You know.
Do they all worship the same god?
Yeah.
God's name? Like,
she doesn't want me to say it.
Huh. Okay. Well, how powerful are you without your connection to your god?
She shrugs.
I feel you seem very nice, and I don't really want to force you to fight if you don't want to.
he says, "Do you want me to translate that?"
I guess, yeah.
He looks at her. She translate, and she just hugs you, and then she just walks back into her house, or like the place that she is designated to live.
Okay. Well, that didn't go well.
Could have gone better.
Maybe we should go talk to the rogue.
Sure.
What?
Let's go talk to the rogue. Can I, if I want to do persuasion, do I have to do it again?
Well, let's let Namfoodle take the lead on this one,
Okay.
since you got that one.
Sure. Why don't you take the lead, Namfoodle?
All right.
All right.
Give it a shot.
So Namfoodle, you all walk down all the way down the bottom of the spiral because Koiden is the daughter of Caden, and she's like they're the head smith, so they live on the very bottom where the anvil is. You walk up to their door, and there's like a guard there, like a guard just kind of sitting out front, like he has a chair and he's just like sitting on the door. And as you approach, he looks up at you and he says, what's going on?"
We're just looking for help with how about the ghoul problem?
"What ghoul problem?" Like, yeah, like this guard has no idea what you guys are dealing with.
Okay. Well, there are these ghouls, and they're sort of threatening to attack the city. It's kind of a big problem.
Give me a persuasion check.
I keep accidentally right-clicking instead of left-clicking. Persuasion. Oh.
It's like, I understand there's a problem, but Koiden went out before everyone was allowed to, and her parents are being protective, so she can't go unless you convince the head smith. And he points over, and you're like, the camera pans over to this dwarf refrigerator, basically. Like, she is just this like square of muscle, just banging on the forge, and she looks over because she sees him point, and she looks over, and she just she puts the hammer down, and she starts walking like towards you. It's like you guys are separated, so she kind of has to take a little while. But when she leaves, she's just holding this like half-made sword that's just heated on the end. Like, so it's still like the blade is still orange, and she starts walking over.
Namfoodle, do you want this, or would you like me to try?
Should we both go in on it, or do you think it would be better if you took the lead?
I mean, you're the one who started this, so I'm going to leave the decision to you. I don't mind if you want me to take over, but if you would rather finish this, then it's your decision.
I think I'm gonna keep trying, but if you think of something
I've
cool,
already
which I'm sure you will.
I've already thought of something, but I definitely don't want to steal the thunder from you if you would like to continue to try to persuade them.
All right, so she comes over.
That's an idea. Definitely go for it.
She comes over and she's like, "What are you adventurers doing down here? I told Keen to not have you guys come out around here anymore."
Can I roll persuasion?
I mean, Namfoodle can roll persuasion again because you're talking to a different person.
Okay.
But if you want to jump in, then yeah.
Okay. Namfoodle, are you
Close my
okay
door.
if I jump in?
Yeah, go for it.
That is perception.
I also roll persuasion, or
Yeah, go ahead.
a really nice sword. Oh, look at that.
She's like, "It is, isn't it?"
What species is she again?
She's a dwarf.
My fair lady dwarf, don't you look lovely today?
She looks over at you. And
Sage
she's
is gonna
like,
kind of like,
I am spoken for.
oh, please, yes, and I would never disrespect that.
She just points up at the top of Gathol, like away from her, with this like searing yellow sword, and she's like, "Go. Go away from me."
Both of us,
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah. She looks at you both, points up with this like flaming hot sword, and just says, "Go."
well, doors won't help. Orcs trying to get into our city won't help.
I'm gonna very slowly turn and walk away.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good plan. Good plan.
All
We're
right.
all
She
gonna
waits
die.
like 2 minutes and then goes back to work.
Okay. Well, I guess that leaves. What were our other options?
Jadmak is the cleric. That's the guy you were translating for, or who was translating for you. Or you could get Shanley, who's like a fighter, basically.
What do you think, Namfoodle?
Where's Shamley? Shamley?
You
Shanley?
want to try to talk? You want to try to
Shamley.
talk to him?
I think you're better at that.
Shanley's a woman dwarf fighter. She's like, "Yep, I'll go. I'm ready." Like, you don't need to convince her. She's like, "I'm a guard. This is like this is adventure for me. I've already gone on one adventure. My friend died, but like I can do better." Like, she's good to go.
Sage is kind of just like taken aback, like, wait, what? I'm sorry. Did you say yes?
Yeah. We got this.
Great. Okay. Perfect. Yes.
That was easy.
You would also know that this person is, in character, Gravy's girlfriend. I don't know if that matters to any of you, but another player, this is his
Gravy?
girlfriend in game.
Gravy's gonna fucking kill us.
Yeah, she's gonna die. We're all gonna be on the hit.
Oh yeah.
They probably already hate us, but
Oh yeah, it's gonna be real bad.
we're all gonna die. This is so
We're all
bad.
gonna get
Who is
stabbed in
Gravy?
our beds.
Gravy is
a
like
barbarian.
the highest, like
Oh,
the
no.
second highest level barbarian, or the second highest level character, and he's a barbarian.
I was gonna say, I thought they were a barbarian. Yeah, I feel confident my odds against that.
We're all gonna fucking die.
Oh god.
All right,
Great.
so
I still run
Shanley's
away
ready to go.
now.
She's geared up. She's got like armor and a shield. Like she's like nice and
amazing.
ready to go. But yeah.
Best pay.
All right.
I do
So-
not have a runaway spell. Oh.
Either.
All right. So you all are gonna go back to Sparrow's Crest. Oh.
I
does
mean,
anyone-
I'm gonna fucking show up and be like literally leaning on Ander to stand up because I'm fucking 3 levels of exhaustion deep into the god track.
Oh.
Fine, he'll help. He's got an 8 in strength and an 8 in dex and barely has a 10 con. It's fine.
Speaking
Like
of
she's
which,
definitely just
did-
like holding his arm, and then her little fucking bird wings are flapping because even walking is challenging.
speaking of which, did you all want to buy potions or healing kits? I don't think. Do any of you have a healing kit? Does Sage have one?
Yeah, I
Sage
still
has
have
one.
I still have my healing kit and a potion.
Oh, okay. So you
Okay.
guys can buy one potion then.
How
I
does
have.
this,
Sorry, God.
does this berry spell work? Do I prepare it beforehand, or do I have to do it right when I eat them?
Good berries, they only last 24 hours, so
Okay.
you could like cast them now, sleep, and then go early. Like that would still work.
Yeah,
Does it cost
basically, if you
anything to
cast them
cast
after you.
Besides the
Sorry.
berries?
Huh?
Does it cost anything to cast besides the berries?
Nope. Doesn't cost anything.
Jason, I'm gonna buy a health potion.
Okie
There
dokie.
goes my 50 gold.
Money, so-
Shanley will give you. Wait, she will participate in the goldening. Let me look how much gold she has.
I do have gold.
She will give you 10 gold, which is like a ton for
That's
her.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is she giving it towards the potion?
Yeah, towards the potion. Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool.
I'll take it. That means I'm not like literally destitute after this.
She says, "Don't tell Gravy." Like when she.
I won't. It's like, meanwhile, like Aretha is like visibly swaying under the weight of her own leather armor, completely exhausted. She's like, I'm not gonna tell him anything. I just would like to be alive when this is over.
Would Goodberry help?
I don't
No,
know.
not with.
I genuinely don't know how to make this better besides taking a long
Yeah,
rest.
you have to just sleep.
Cool.
Okay, so you guys will take a long rest, and then we'll go out and kill some ghouls after the break.